morning, Vietnam. No. Good morning, Forest Lake. Good morning, Minnesota. Yeah. Want to be quiet. Just wanted to do a little check-in. Kind of tired, actually. I'm surprised. I thought I caught up on my sleep yesterday. Took a couple naps. Had to get up and do the dishes this morning because I just it's every day in and day out. Just another day, and you get some days you're just like, because it's like Daddy says, cleanliness is next to godliness, and so just like the Bible says, I don't like to go let the sun go down on my anger. No, I'm not talking about like offspring. I'm talking about that, that thing. If it goes dark, like the Bible in Revelation says, oh, we're not. You're not your average person. We ain't gonna be growing any food. Yeah. So I like to make sure when I lay my head down. Remember, old Nicky boy, did you do anything for God today? Is there anything you can feel good about other than you just did stuff for yourself and hey, you got what you need, hey, yeah, you got some food, some water. You did what you did. Did you think about anybody else today, boy? Hey, whole lot of people in this world, ain't there? So you do the dishes and you go to bed. And I didn't do the dishes, man. I was tired last night. Like I said, I can go a couple days on 2-3 hours and then, you know. But I think we're starting to really level out on these videos. I mean, I'm not kidding. I could just sit here. I don't. What I went to school and I could just sit here for the next 50 years and watch YouTube videos. Yeah, I mean, if that sprocket goes out again, I mean, if I can get the power, oh, I'll be fixing that. Because the guy's like, hey, it's going to be 200. It's already 200. Why don't you give me 350? And I'll put a genie in there, and then anybody can get in this place. Hey, genie, like what is a genie? I mean, like genie in a bottle. I remember that. Hey, I'm thinking that sounds like it got something to do with magic. Remember that the Bible don't the Bible, yeah. Ooh, the Bible says magic is real, but yet they'll make fun of you if you say so. Same thing. You remember when they was outside the White House casting spells? Oh no, that's just innocent, no big deal. Oh yeah, remember when Trump daddy got elected? They had the witches out there and they had the big old circle seance, candles and all kind of weird. I don't know if they had the Ouija board or something. Yeah, they don't make a big deal about this like they hide in plain sight. Yeah, like magic, no good. It's real. Some people are practicing it. Yeah. So if you talk about it and you're careful, they're just like, oh, that's it. It's just like they'll say, well, Satanists ain't real. That's not, I mean, that's just, it's on their head. Yeah, okay, sure. Magic, genies, and all that. I don't, hey, I dream of Jeannie. I mean, she was a cute cartoon, like, she'd come out. I mean, I just think they've been conditioning us for how long? Hey, good morning. We are coming to you live from the not so ultra secret underground compound basement command post. Not so extra secret anymore. Uh, yeah, I'm feeling today just, I kind of like the Facebook, hey, like I said, I mostly did that so Zuckerberg could keep an eye on my, when I ain't, my computer for me, hey, and I just thought, well, but one thing I do enjoy is I like to post my feeling. But you gotta be careful, you don't want to be too up here, too down here. You want to be right about there, nice cruising altitude. Otherwise, these folks, it's okay to go out there and start casting spells and hey, that's not bipolar or nothing, hey, to be outside of the president of the free world. You remember that most powerful position in the entire universe? Remember that one? Yeah, that's okay though. But if we get on this internet and start talking about the Bible, you bet, hey, don't be doing too much of this. Try to stay right about there. Nice 10,000 feet to cruising out there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So again, uh, man, I felt pretty good this morning. I feel all right. It's that motivation factor. You know what I mean? I'm serious. Like, I just can't. Like I've been spinning my wheels for, and it's fine because it's like, your parents are like, hey, hey, get that, get that kid something to do, find a paper or something for that guy to, keep him busy for a while. But after you hit about 40 or so, and you're like, hey, I'm getting kind of tired of these papers for no reason. Like I kind of know how to read them right now. Hey, like, can I do something like, wait, I need some of this here, get half the kingdom? Yeah, yeah. Like, hey, I don't really need to do them papers no more. Like, I wrote enough. Like, what if I write another paper, 3-page paper today? Sure, it don't take you long. Keep playing the game, Nick. Nah. I mean, what is that going to do for anybody today? Other than maybe we're going to get that diploma. Like I said, hey, you said, what are you doing on here again, boy? Hey, publish or perish? Yeah, publish or perish. Remember that. Remember that, kids. Hmm. Just got done reading a little Bible. So, oh, half the kingdom, she's going to be like, well, what'd you read? Hey, you got to start remembering. So I said, hey, look here, honey. I read from, what did we read? So we read Matthew 26, just verses 1 to 25, you see, because I feel like it's better to spread it out throughout the day. Remember that thing where it says, "Thou shalt not live by pizza alone, but every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." Yeah, I ain't talking about Domino's though. I'm saying, hey, thou shalt not live by bread alone. So that's my spiritual food. Amen, right? You ain't gonna see me outside the White House. Hey, nah. What are they doing? Uh-uh. Yeah, so that stuff's real. And they'll be like, oh, well, you're taking it too serious. Well, how come it ain't serious that you get people pretending to be witches and all this? But hey, that's innocent. That's all right. But you get to talking about the Bible there, boy. Hey, we can't have that. Nah. So what is it? Thankful Thursday? Hey, it used to be like Thirsty Thursday or And I'm thinking thankful. I'm pretty thankful. Like I said, I mean, what I've been through with this old carbuncle, hey, I mean, she keep turning a little more pink. And I'm thinking, yeah, thank you, God. Cause I'm thinking there's not a whole lot of people that want to help me. I pretty much gotta help myself. It's interesting. I met somebody not too long ago on the internet, one of the very last people I talked to, and she was like, hey, you would think you could trust family. You'd think if anybody would be close. They said, what did they say? Something stick closer than a brother. Well, the Bible says in the end times. Now I don't know what this means. Y'all, I'm just reporting. Y'all decide that your enemies will maybe right inside your own walls. And I'm thinking that sounds pretty serious. So in other words, I'm gonna do a little translating here. It might be kind of tough to get along with people in your own family when they ain't believers and there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the world and they already don't, they already done, they help you quite a bit or I don't know. But thankful Thursday, Tia. I mean, I got some rest yesterday. Like I said, I mean, I'm feeling pretty stable. I feel a lot better. I don't know. Yesterday was a little. I guess I was getting tired, but I feel pretty good this morning. Except I got to do more work. That you know, for what? Am I gonna help change the world by writing another couple page essay on Apple for the 10,000th time? That everybody else are getting it pretty much the same. Well, whoever, well, what did old Too Short used to say? You either play the game or you smoke the pipe. Pennsylvania, can you see the light from Chicago to Indiana? Nah, I'm not even. I'm just joking. Remember, I listened to a little. Hey, did I tell you I was sitting around with the boys last week or a couple while back, and we were playing a little poker, and they finally got the gumption up there. Say, hey Nick, did you ever figure out how a white guy from the backwoods of Wisconsin, deep in the backwoods of Wisconsin, got to listening to rap music? And I'm thinking, oh, you finally asked me that. Well, I haven't listened to that for a long time, and I'm thinking, well, other than Daddy leaving when I was 2, and not being there to put the fear of God in me, because remember, it ain't gonna work. Maybe once in a while, maybe the milkman can come along and slap you up a little bit. Maybe the law will scare you a little bit here and there, but I mean, hey, those guys, most of them guys keep going back. So putting them in there for a while, you know, it really, in the long term, it don't do a whole lot. So what do you got? You got the Bible, you got Jesus. Oh, and family, they're gonna let you down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're human beings too, and like I said, I was talking to this girl, and I was really surprised how she was adamant about. She was making a point to say, you might be surprised how much family will either take advantage of you, be outright horrible, or just they won't be there for you. Just you. In other words, she's like, don't just figure you can count on family all the time. You got to worry about number one, eh? Yeah. So, um, yeah. So did the dishes. Had my one egg over easy, little bit of bagel, little banana strawberry smoothie, some milk, plenty of coffee, read the Bible, another day. I mean, what's yeah, we're thankful that so what's great about today? What's good about today? What are you thankful about today, Nick? And I'm saying, well, I woke up. I got a decent night's sleep. I had food to eat. My computers are running, and if I can figure out how to get enough, I'm gonna do a little bit today, and it's gonna be the bare minimum because I really have had enough, and especially with all the games. And you're thinking, because remember, you're like, I mean, you're not real stupid, so you're thinking, I mean, why is something bad happening again? Because I don't really other than the whole once in a while, after work I go on Power Talk and argue with really mean, crazy, disgusting people, and don't ask me why. I mean, I have mostly stayed to myself, right? Until I decided silence wasn't an option anymore, and I had to publish or perish. Like I said, I mean, if y'all are able to, I guess for a while it's fun, when you're young, you have some friends or whatever, you do some stuff, but if you ain't got half the kingdom sitting in your lap once in a while giving you a little smoochy smooch, it's like, hey, I just cooked an over easy egg for the 50,000th time. And you're like, yeah, well, thank God I ain't 6 feet in a hole. Thank God I'm not in jail, institution, or dead. Yeah, that's nice. But remember, I still live in the greatest country on God's green earth. A lot of people here they'll tell you that ain't true. Or I don't know what they'll tell you. You remember, the last time I checked, it wasn't a prerequisite to be a nice guy to run the free world. Yeah, they used to have some other requirements, but apparently those are changing. So I'm saying, hey, what do you want to do? Well, we got to get some scratch. Not we ain't start. We can't start from scratch, but we got to get a little more scratch because half the kingdom she need a little extra of that once in a while. That seemed to be put in across the board. I'm like, I mean, you can be ugly, good looking. You got to have a little bit of extra of that, right? Yeah. And it's like Daddy says, hey boy, I always thought I could make more money. There's always tomorrow. But now he old. He did all right. You know, I wouldn't. Like I said, I wasn't my daddy. He was much more of a player. Golfer in the power brokers. I mean, he did pretty well in the social network area. Not so much me. Oh, but I really wasn't interested. I guess maybe he had a sister that was a really good tennis player. Becky, I found out she texts him a Bible verse every day. I think that's cool. And you know, but it really does. It gets so boring. And my dad is, well, I'd like to help you, son. I mean, I'd try. I mean, hey, I'm saying, well, remember all them times I drove all that weight around? Never got in an I always got the delivery done. I always got never crashed nothing. Never cut nothing, never banged in it, never, I didn't do it for a lot. I would just go out here and there, sometime only for a few weeks or a month, look, it don't matter. But I never had a problem there. Yeah, now I'm the old guy. Mm, mm. See, my daddy keep asking me, what you watching that MSLS, Steve? Or I say, hey, daddy, all the girls on that channel. Hey, hey, you wanna watch, when I was younger, that's all we watched. Y'all remember? I was at Brent LaSalle's. Remember that? Brent LaSalle down there in Minneapolis, and old OJ. Yeah, that's all we used to watch was CNN. Huh? Oh, what was that place? That school we went to? Sobriety High. Yeah, down there in Edina. Yeah. Old Brent LaSalle, he was pretty cool. His dad and all that. I guess Brent, he became a lawyer. Um, yeah, I was friends with him for a while. You know, good soccer player. I still remember that. We was in at Brent's. I guess his brother lives there now. They get parents. I don't know where the parents went, but yeah, I remember where I was. Kind of like one of those times you remember where you were when 9/11. Right? Yeah. I remember where I was during the OJ chase. The old Bronco at Brent LaSalle's. Um, Strange how you grow apart or you're friends with people and then you just, I don't know. Ah, yeah. So I used to watch CNN, like that's, but like I said, but all the girls are on this MS, and any of them like 30 and under. So like, I don't know, they just, I'm like, hey, I kind of like girls, so hey, I'm gonna watch that. No, seriously though, they just got more programming. There's more shows. It's more interesting to me. They do have some younger, so like I said, but it's like, Daddy, why does it matter? Like, hmm. So, like, I just want the news, man. I just want half the kingdom. This life is boring. You can only write so many papers before you're like, hey, that's nice. $15, $20 an hour. Here, that'll take care of me, but I got to get me a career. Half the kingdom, she want a little security. Hey, yeah. Um, Man, that's a weird word. It's cold. I'm just, can y'all pray? My furnace, remember my furnace? It's starting to make some funny noises from 1987, back when Twinkies won the first World Series. Uh, it started making this 10 forward. I thought, with that pipe, the pipe bomb that got strapped to they're trying to say it's locating wires, but they got the pipe bomb strapped to my gas meter. I'm just kidding. Go out there and take a look. I got some pictures posted. Hey, my granddaddy, remember Gordy? I know, electrical tape. Yeah, he's an electrician. He worked up at, what's it up there? What's that place? What was that called? I forget. Next to Federal up there. I think of it. He worked there for about 50 years. What was that place? But anyways, I've seen a roll of electrical tape, you know, in my time, and I've been to a few job sites. I've been around a few places, but something about that there don't, hey, call me crazy, but something about that don't look right. Hey, but yeah, what do I know? Looks like they got it wrapped in about 50, about five rolls of electric. And I'm saying, hey, that's nice. There's a gas leak. All right, let's just pick this up for today, because when we go shut that gas off, we got to inconvenience like the whole block, or this here subdivision. And so we're gonna make sure we got a couple jobs going. But we gon' don't worry, we're gonna be back. We'll fix it up right. We'll make it look right so you could, it don't look like you're over here in, I don't know, North Minneapolis or something. Nothing against North Minneapolis. That's where I got saved. Rehoboth. Yeah. Uh, but no, I mean, that's more like South Minneapolis, probably. But my furnace is starting now. It's starting to make some other. I don't know. But hey, hopefully we just gotta if we get through February, it'll be all right. Just get the long johns out. I got it turned off. I'm giving it a break, but it is cold. Oh, I am my fingers. You know. So, but you're saying, yeah. I thought maybe I smelled cigarettes or something. It was weird. I smelled a cigarette. I've been here for over 10 years. And I smelled a cigarette a couple times. I mean, Mama's been over here, and I've even had one with Mom. I mean, very rarely. Just once or twice in the last 10. Just for like a cigar or something, Not very often. But I ain't never smelled other people. So, I mean, as far as I know, there ain't anybody real near here that smoke. And in the last few months, there's been a few times, and I'm thinking, where's that coming from? Somebody's outside smoking. I'm thinking, that's a little strange. I know, a lot of strange stuff. Yeah, but that's okay. Um, yeah. So Friday. I wonder if it's still there. It might even be there. Or they got something else. Yeah. Remember that? All the rich kids. That's where they'd send all the rich kids that go from Minnetonka and Edina and, you know, oh, big money. And I was lucky, because they, well, again, not in that, but they normally, I was one of the few guys that, hey, we didn't have deep pockets, but they say, hey, come on in, old camper boy. Yeah, you can go to school here for a while. Come on. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I met a few people, hey, but, yeah, because you go out to that, yeah, so, like I said, back in the day, back then, like if you even smoked a joint or something, it was like, hey, you got to get this guy. Yeah, they got to do something with this. Now you got internet addiction, so they ain't worried about the marijuana. Yeah, you can smoke all that you want, but hey, if you spend too much time on this YouTube here, you might need to see a doctor and get on some medication. Strange world. Remember, one thing's for sure, kids. One thing, things are gonna change. The world changes. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, anyway, man, what is that doing in it? I mean, that literally looks like it could. See this? If you ever look at go up into your fan, you say, "Finally, I removed my thing." They're like, "Hey, what are you taking the kitchen apart for?" I'm like, "Hey, look at I got to redo the whole thing." I'm like, I'm sick of hitting my head on that fan there. You know that thing. Every time I got to try to cook over the stove, bang, I'm banging my head. I'm like, that thing's gone. I'm getting ready. So if you go in there and you say, my granddaddy was an electrician, so I only stayed at a Holiday Inn Express a couple times. But I pulled this here out of a credit card. This looks like the thing you plug in to run the light. I mean, there's quite a bit of. I can handle quite a bit right there. What that's doing in a credit card? Well, no, I'm not sure. That's way above my pay grade. But that, like I said, don't kids. Don't, the Bible says the right hander. You shall not buy or sell. That means you don't get to go up to Walmart and get your monthly ration, no matter how bad it gets or how many, unless you got one of these, I'm guessing, in your forehead or your right hand. You know that thing? And see, they already greasing the wheels, kids, with this virus thing. You know how they got that little, like, it look, y'all ever seen them Hal Lindsey movies? Left Behind, or some of them. Now you see on the TV where they're going around and they're doing the temperature. And they got like this big, I mean, they got like this supercomputer in their hand. They're like taking your temperature. That's what it's something like that back in the Left Behind series. I mean, just think of it. I mean, they already been having these chip parties, and we've been talking about all this stuff. So I suppose you're gonna get a few more uh, feathers ruffled. But like I said, let's be harmless as a dove and wise as the serpents. But we got to keep speaking. They can sit outside the White House and cast spells on the president. Hey, I can get on here and talk to other Christians. But see this here, right hand. Oh no no! And see the thing is now you got the Christians. See, I think we've been infiltrated to the highest levels. You got they're running some kind of anti-missionary where they're just pretending to be Christians. You want to talk about phonies? Because they're doing everything they can to convince. Oh, it's no big deal. It's okay to be a witch outside the White House casting spells. Well, we let them be. Hey, we're not gonna go and say you can't. But if you start talking about that, boy, you're crazy. And it doesn't really mean that. I mean, it's not like they've been having chip parties at companies for like the last 20 years. So it's been, hey, would you like one of these? Make it real easy to get inside the building. Hey, you don't even got to reach your hand in your pocket. You're on your taking five, you're on your break. You just go right up to the machine. Hey, take it right out of your bank account. Yeah. No, don't ever try to give me one of these. Now like I said, I'll carry around all the credit cards and whatever you want. But you ain't see, and they're like, oh, see, this is how weird it is. And it's no wonder some of them think, boy, these Christians. But again, if you don't have a problem with them, if you ain't saying the same thing about these people that are trying to run cat spells and stuff outside, if you ain't too worried about that, what you worried about me for? Probably because it's true. So you say, well, don't. Oh, it's just symbolic. Oh yeah, it's symbolic, huh? Is that why they've been chipping dogs and animals for 50 years, and now they've been doing this here real big for 5 years? You don't hear much about it. We've been talking about this on Pow Talk, but like I said, all my friends were disappearing. So I figured, hey, maybe I'm next. I better get off of here. And so, hey, so I'm thinking, why are they doing that? So you got Christians who refuse to say that homosexuality is a sin, won't let you even talk about it. Oh, the chip, that's, and there's baby parts. So these are the same people now, get you. But there's baby parts in this here vaccine, so you shouldn't take that because you might actually survive this. Millions of people dying. We might be able to take these things off our face and actually start talking to each other and try to get back to normal. Yes, there's baby parts in there, but don't talk about homosexuality. No, can't do that. And by the way, that chip thing, nah, that ain't nothing. You've been carrying that around. You've been carrying that around in your credit card. You've been carrying the mark of the beast. That hey, you got a credit card, don't you? Not inside my head. And they're saying, oh well, this here. The mark of the beast is probably this virus. No. See, in order for you to distinguish you from a phony, is you have to choose this. Okay? Because otherwise, what is the devil going to have against you? If you go before God, you're going to say, hey, he's going to say, hey, did you take the mark? And you say, well, I don't know. They just put it in me. So if you think about it, if God is up there, he's an equal opportunity God, right? He don't care what color your skin is, where you come from, how much money. He said, hey, I made man and Jesus made him equal, you know, right? So you say, well, um, so I guarantee it, like, and I just got tired of listening to this nonsense. I mean, even a bozo, cosmic bozo like Kemper, hey, I can't send a rocket to the moon, but you don't need a PhD to get saved, folks. They'll have you thinking that you got to go to seminary and all this. Nah, man, you get to be, you ain't even got to be able to hardly read and write. God said, hey, anybody, I wish that all shall be saved. And so you're saying, well, if I think about it, right? You say, now, listen, seriously, if you ain't got a problem, don't get me. Hey, if you don't like it, turn the channel off. Don't listen. Don't get mad at me. I'm just reporting. You decide. Look, you say, well, what's going to be the difference? Like, what's my argument? What's my defense? If I'm a trial lawyer and I go before the devil and God, and that devil trying to convict me, and my defense, my opening statement is what? Look, God, I got to have a choice. You can't just force this thing in my right hand or forehead, because how did I distinguish myself? So if you're if it's some shot that I have to get in order to even do any, now if they say buy or sell, hey, I mean, we can talk about it. Which they are kind of, see, they're greasing the wheels again, folks. You can't fly. Like, hey, you're dangerous. You didn't get your shot. Now I don't know. Look, I've been a government issue ever since day one. So hey, I've gotten all the shots. I ain't worried about the shots. But now if you come at me trying to do something like this here, the size of a grain of rice, now don't even try it. I ain't taking it. I'm done. I ate all the soup and sandwich. I had all the over easy egg. All we looking for is half the kingdom. We're going fishing. We're waiting for Jesus. That's what I'm saying. But if in order for you got to make a decision, like in order for to be guilty of taking a mark or like worshiping the beast or serving, you got to make a conscious decision. You can't be like, well, I was sleeping and the Secret Service spider came up and zapped me, and they put something in me. No, I mean they may have put some nanobots or whatever. I don't know what they're talking about, but as far as the mark, you're gonna know. Oh, you're gonna know about it. Because yeah, I mean, the Bible says God will forgive every sin except for one, But then he talks about, you cannot take this. So, but he says the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost. Now, I don't know hey, I've been a Christian for about 50 years, and I ain't never once heard somebody come out. You think I'd have heard it by now. Hey, I'm blaspheming the Holy Ghost. So, obviously, that got to do with something. I mean, I don't know what exactly. And I've heard, oh, well, it's giving up on Jesus. It's turning your faith. Maybe it's that, I don't know, but maybe it's a collection. But this is one that's clear. You cannot take this thing, anything like this here, and put it up here or in here or down there. I'm just saying. Oh boy, yeah. I mean, you're getting. I mean, well, that's what the Bible says. Are you a Christian or not? I mean, is it okay to talk about what's in the Bible or not? So you said, well, hey, I said, hey, I got no problem. It just says it's sin. That's all. You got my attention. I mean, you didn't scare me straight. I mean, I was already straight. And see, I guess you got my attention. So now the only thing to fear is fear itself. So yeah, but you say, well, hey, there ain't a whole lot uncommon to man. Maybe that's why people get so uptight because, hey, look, pretty soon you get older, and I guess maybe even, uh, you know, I guess they got pills and stuff for things, and the stuff quits working, and you're like, I've had 50,000 over easy eggs, and I'm kind of old now, and nobody really want to listen or talk to me, and, things are kind of boring. I mean, what am I here for? So I was just here for 20, the first 28 years, that's pretty good. I was young, good looking. People wanted, hey, we had fun. And then, uh, it's pretty much all downhill and you get old and die. And that we just came from a fish or something. We evolved from I mean, there must be something, some reason, right? Hey, it's worth a shot. Get to live forever, get a new glorified body. And all you got to do is a little few things like, hey, don't put that in your body and believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. So this guy that come down God in the flesh, died for your sins, said, hey, third day. Otherwise, there's a whole bunch of mean people out there trying to hurt you. Yeah, really sickos, stuff they, oh, well, sure, Camp, sure. I mean, I like naked. I like, used to like, look, I'm a guy. Hey, maybe your problem is, you like to get on the CNN and look at old Anderson Cooper there, and then, they'll put the Wolf Blitzer on for you. And after that, you can watch Don Lemon, and hey, right after that, here come Brian Stelter, and we got a couple more after that. If that don't keep you, hey, if that's fine, that's your thing. I like to look at naked ladies. Oh yeah, I wish I could just have one though. Be nice. So we all got problems, but that ain't one of mine. I'm just saying. I'm not judging. I'm just saying I'm reporting what the Bible says. Okay? Uh, but people get grumpy. They really do. Um, especially in America, and there's there really is, and I don't know why. We're so entitled in America. A lot of it would, maybe like I said, back in them older generations with old HW. Before sure there always been a few drugs, but I mean we've got the porn industry. And remember when me and old Wilson and Adam in the sixth grade, they was having a pissing match, and I accidentally I'm like, hey, I knew I shouldn't be in a pissing match, but I'm in there just going to the rest, and I'm more as I look by, and I'm like, I just accidentally kind of look over, and I quickly realized I had better stay in school because I was not going to be in the adult film industry. I mean, I knew that right away, you know. Um, and so, but as time went on, right? Uh, yeah, I mean, in America, we got a, we got that filthy, and most people now, like we have generations where, it's slowly, it gradually, back in HW, I mean, having think about it, having don't, yeah, they might have struggled with in the flesh too, right? But there might have been a one, but now it's normal outside the federal courthouse. I mean, you got naked ladies, and it's completely normal. And oh yeah, they're pretty, all right, real expensive. But that wasn't so normal back. In each generation it keep getting normal, and sin keeps getting more normal to the point where we're like, hey, you want to marry your cat? Go ahead. Or hey, you want to look, it's okay. And is there anything the devil is more happy about than a smartphone? I mean, you're in the privacy. You ain't even got to go to you ain't even got to be embarrassed anymore. Go to the pawn shop. Well, sure, but the agents, oh, they watching, and they got you. They know what you're doing, because every keystroke, right, it's getting recorded in some NSA database somewhere. And if they want to get something on you, oh, they got it. Okay, yeah. So you're saying, every generation they keep normalizing sin. In America, we got the worst, nastiest. We started the porn. I mean, it's everywhere, and it's not, and it's okay though. It ain't no big deal. Everybody do it, right? It's just this. No, we got the worst drug, opioid. You wonder why they want to put up a hey, like yeah, I never did understand that. Okay, we got drugs pouring over the border like left and right, and so here's the excuse of why we shouldn't let old granddaddy Trump build a wall, right? Because they're just gonna get a ladder and go over it. Or they're going to dig a few holes and go under. And I'm saying, hey, why don't we triage? Wouldn't it be a good idea to maybe try to stop the blood? Sure, they always gonna get a few of them going over and under, whatever. Hey, most of them are coming in, they flying it in anyway. But hey, let's, can we stop? You mind if we start taking care of everybody here? And then they go ahead and say, well, who's gonna pick all the lettuce, camper? And my daddy like to always say, uh, he tell me, you better wash that lettuce, Um, they're supposed to lick their fingers after they go to the restroom, but you might want to wash that head of lettuce anyway, son. And I'm thinking, okay, daddy, thanks. But it's like, look, hey, why if we got kids, we're creating generations of kids who refuse to, they don't know how to, they have no work ethic. They just want to sit home, play video games, smoke pot in mama's basement, and eat Cheetos while they turn us into Venezuela. Okay, so I'm saying, all right. Well, would it be all right if maybe? Well, who's gonna pick all the lettuce and the? Well, that's nice. I mean, we've been have that's great. We're a nation of immigrants, but hey, what happened to coming here legally? Hmm. See all these simple things, and they say, "Oh, you're an extremist now." See now you can't. Oh, he out. He's no, but I just got done telling you, them people that are taking care of up at the library. Oh yeah, we got to increase their benefits. You got to rate, give them $25 an hour, because they're hard to find nice people. Because number one, they got to be nice, compassionate people, anyways, to go pick up the people at the group home and take them shopping. They're already now, but now you can. They barely surviving, anyways. No. Oh wait a minute. Oh wait a minute. Oh now you're talking. Hmm. Oh wait, no, but he mentioned homosexual. Oh, and he got that Bible, and now he want to see. Now he talking about maybe we ought to put Americans back to work because we ain't got nobody to pick out. Oh, trust me, we got enough lettuce pickers. Okay. Oh, by the way, we've been educating everybody in the greatest institutions in the world for 50 years, and guess what? Old Granddaddy Trump said we're sending them right back home. Okay, and I'm thinking, all right, well, only so many of them are working for lettered agencies. Yeah, and now you don't want to stop the hemorrhaging. That's that's evil. So you're saying, well, yo, Camper, you can't be on our team. And these other guys here are saying, pretty simple stuff. I mean, this is stuff we've been talking about on Power Talk for 10 years. And so, pretty basic, right? You'd think it was basic, but, mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be all right if could we just, is there any way I can be seen as a regular patriot of the United States? If we like, I understand we got a responsibility, right, to help but pretty soon we got to balance that because pretty soon you get too many, right? Why can't people come here legally anymore? Hmm. Oh, you sound like one of them extremists. Oh, look at that, right? I mean, it just seems normal, and so it's like I don't know. Uh, just some. Those are some pretty important things I can think of just off the top of my head. That we don't fix these things, and that's fine. If we want to, if we need to complete, I guess I don't know. I guess they really mean that we need to fundamentally change America so it's unrecognizable. We need to tear it. We need to change every street name that ever was associated to anything, any colonial America, so we forget, I guess. And then something which I never had any of my ancestors that I know of had. Hey, I'm from the North. I'm a Yankee. Okay, I have no idea, nothing about. Never been racist in my entire life. Okay, and then we're gonna tear down every statue, and every time we get upset, we're gonna burn buildings down. I mean, I mean, I don't know. Uh, Scary stuff, folks. I mean, as far as I can tell, we're in the end times, and the only shot, especially a guy like me, was publish or perish, and let's just say, hey, this guy, he ain't just some loudmouth talking about homosexuals, and then every once in a while he go over in the corner there and pick his nose and eat his boogers, and we oughta let old Jeremy and Cal, hey, old camper, I got something here for you, boy. Now, I mean, I've been reading the Bible. I've been a Christian. Oh, I've struggled. Okay, I'm not. I never advocated the picking on any hurting, choosing hurting anybody or single. The New Testament is clear. Sin is basically, sin, whether you're a liar, or whatever. So we all need that blood sacrifice, atonement, propitiation at Calvary by Jesus Christ to enter heaven. And I guess my cross to bear is naked ladies. And somebody else's cross might be the love of money. They're just obsessed with being rich. Bible says that's sin. Or maybe yours is homosexuality, or maybe I don't know. And it's strange. Like we used to agree as Christians. What is if there ain't like you talk to these Christians like what is sin? If honky tonk and rock and roll and naked ladies isn't sin, except for when I do it, they want to point out and say you're a phony Christian, and I'm saying no, I'm a human being too. Is there anything that's sin anymore? Remember that Bible we believe in? I don't know. So there you go. It's bunker boy. It's bunker baby. That's an hour. Just some. Just some stuff off the top of my head, I guess. Yeah. Something stood up. Hey, hold on. I'll be right. I gotta just go to the restroom. I'll be right back. And I'll be honest with you, it's complicated because this is another something I've started to consider being a Christian. The J Dubs, the Jehovah's Witnesses, J Dubs, they're pacifists. Apparently, I don't know. I used to go. What was that guy down in Golden Valley? I did go to the Jehovah. I was curious, and then finally, after they knocked on my door 50 times, I finally answered. I say, "Hey, come on in. Let's see what you're talking about." Let's have us a little Bible study. So I spent a little time. Like I said, most of my family's Catholic. I was raised Lutheran, but um, I'm thinking, how do they and so from what I gather, like I know a guy who went to school, he was a chemical engineer. What was his name? It wasn't Willard, it was Willard's good buddy. He worked for Honeywell. Okay, here you got a guy, never done a drug in his life, probably never even drank much, maybe sipped on some wine or something, probably never had a cigarette, about as straight laced as you get, went to school to send rockets to the moon. Becomes a chemical engineer, goes to work for the defense department. That like, hey, let's send rockets to the moon and to keep the United States on top. And he's thinking. Finally, it dawns on him, and he's like, I don't want to be a part of war. I don't want to be killing other Christians, so I can't do this anymore. And there's really, after doing this, there's nothing really in chemical engineering I'm interested in. So, hey, I think I'll take a little pay cut and I'll go be a janitor. And I'm thinking, there's only a couple options here. One, this guy really wasn't smart enough to be a chemical engineer. And so they decided to moonlight him as a CIA officer, and he's a janitor now, and he's going in all these buildings planting, surveillance and audio or something. Hey, bada bing, 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 But I'm thinking, no, this guy is smart, and so, this guy is his conscience, right? This guy to give up take that I mean, this guy gotta be talking. I mean, he got something going on between him and God, right? Because he like, hey, I ain't doing that no more. I'm gonna change garbage cans. I'm gonna start my own little janitorial business. But hey, he got half the kingdom for 50 years. He all right. Have some Bible study, knock on a few doors, log into the JW site, say, hey, I log my hours. I'm good. I don't know if I'm one of them 144,000, but hey. So I went to a couple times, just to check it out, see what it's, because I can't believe the hatred. I mean, they're just normal people. They just don't believe Jesus is God. Like they believe Jesus is the Son of God and stuff like that. And other than that, they basically just like any other Christian. In a lot of ways, I mean, I ain't never ever heard one of them say there was anything okay. They would say homosexuality was still a sin. And so they became pacifists. And so I'm over the last few years, as I get older, I'm starting to thinking, my government, you ain't never look, I grew up, remember? I pledge allegiance. Okay. We prayed in school still. And I'm only 44. I'm gonna be 45. And so I'm thinking, I got quite a bit of life experience, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking about that. I'm like, but then you're thinking, well, there's no greater thing than to lay your life down. You see the military, USO. There's no greater thing to lay your life down than for you. But I mean, they look. I'm convinced. You can be, but I have considered. How do you be a Christian and go in the name of country and go around slaughtering and butchering other Christians? And they're doing the same thing. So we're fighting each. I mean, there ain't many of us left. And I'm thinking, remember that? Like, hey, I'd rather be in a foxhole with a J Dub or a Mormon than somebody, there ain't, we the last of the Mohicans here. And so, but I have always thought about that. And I'm thinking, we feel so entitled in America. I get why some people are, for obvious reasons, like slavery and some of these things that we got in America that I don't know. I grew up in a time where it just, yeah, I mean, I knew about it. I don't, think it's bad. And like, but I thought we moved on past all that. And it seems like that um, I don't know. We seem more divided to me now than when I was a kid, racially. And so I don't know. And it's tough to get in where you fit in because, like I said, I mean, I can't keep everybody happy. I can't satisfy, and they will find something real quick to say, oh, you out. You can't come around here, boy. And I'm thinking, your enemies are going to be in your own household. Oh, I mean, and then, I mean, I don't know where we're at, folks, but there have been a whole lot of weird. The bottom line is it ain't it ain't about how many papers, how many essays you write. The bottom line is we're here, right, to choose life or death. That's pretty much even the rabbis will tell you that. I mean, that's what I gather from them. And then in the New Testament, we're here to simply glorify God, preach the good news of Jesus Christ, and then the end shall come, right? Throw in a red heifer, a little shekel in the sanctuary, a little turtle dove here, maybe the abomination of desolation, the Antichrist, the rapture, and there's a few other things we got to figure out exactly where we're at. But like I don't know what else really, especially how weird things started getting in my life. I don't know what else really need to happen, you know. So, but I know, yeah, there ain't nowhere to go because they're Yah, especially in the Matrix, right? I mean, so the only thing you can do is do the right thing. Don't take this. Do what the Bible says, right? And as far as I know, there's like one place left that they haven't dropped like them leaflet tracks. There's somewhere over in the Amazon or something where they just killed the guy last year, so they tried to reach out to him. There's still like an indigenous tribe somewhere. So I mean, we're getting close to that part. Now, if they go and fire up that Chekalata sanctuary and they got that red heifer and some guy says, hey, I mean, I don't know. But I know I'm getting old. My parents don't last forever. I'm not taking one of these. I'm sick of writing papers, but I still like naked ladies. And Jesus died for me. And I just really want not to get punched in the nose, find half the kingdom and go fishing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Uh, like I was telling old Tommy, remember he ain't had a drink. I'm telling you. There was times, and back when I was younger too, and you said, well, that's just part of getting older. Nah, I mean, there's lots of people still they like sitting in the bar. And I'm thinking, I don't, I have zero desire. And I don't know if I finally asked God enough times. Because it wasn't like I couldn't live without it. See, that's the thing. That's what they'll tell you in AA. They'll say, hey, son, we spilled more alcohol than you ever thought about drinking. Go out and drink, have some controlled drinking. If you can go and drink one or two, and I'm thinking, but I'm always getting in trouble. And they're like, well, remember that boy? Back in the day, that the old sheriff, he'd follow you home. As long as you didn't end up in the ditch, you didn't have to go to jail. And I'm thinking, hmm. And I'm thinking, so, because remember, I ain't never been in a fight in a bar ever since I was 12. That one time I got attacked when I was like 12. I always pretty much got along with people. Remember that? You know? Learned enough even when I was pouring them down. And remember, I said I never really did meet any guys that around my weight class that could. I mean, nobody. I mean, I don't know. And so, but as far as I know, I wasn't. I mean, but I don't want to drink. Every once in a while, you get bored because you're an only child. Parents don't last forever. You ain't got half the kingdom. You've been trying. You ain't never been a fight in your life. You're going to church reading that Bible because it says, seek ye the kingdom of God first. And all these things shall be added unto you. And I'm finally getting about 50 years old and I'm thinking, hey, if that's true, I'm thinking, hey, that probably should have happened by now because I'm a pretty nice guy. And I'm thinking, but I ain't got a bet. Like I said, I mean, if you got a better story, I'm all ears. Let's hear it. We all going 6 feet in a hole, like they say. I think it. I mean, the worst thing is what I just okay. It wasn't true. I mean, there's no punishment for trying it, other than the world saying, "Oh, you're crazy, a liar." Now they seem to hate you, want to punch you in the nose, pretty much. Won't let you. I mean, up until 10 years ago, like I said, we used to have Marcus Bachman. I think he used to pray the gay out here. They used to have a couple of them, but they all retired. They can't get an exorcism no more. It used to be a mental illness. Everything's up is down, and now they want to hate you because you can't even say, "Hey, I don't want to vote for gay marriage," or
you're not a lovable and compassionate human being. In fact, you're unfit for society. But hey, them old red coat, Republicans like old Tom Emmer, they ain't gonna take you either, because boy, you ain't got no skill, and they're like a bunch of longshoremen out down there in Nevada, boy. They just hang you high. See, so if you get real hungry because all the jobs is gone, yeah, AI. I don't remember that, but see, old Camper, you're getting old and you're too old to dig ditches. So hey, what you gonna do? You come down here, hey, you need a little something to eat. Well, it's the gay guy that will. It's the now they got it where it's only the gay guy that will help you. So he's going, oh, what you think now? You're kind of hungry, boy. You ready to give up your life to save your life here, or you want to save your life to go to heaven? And you're trying to thinking, well, I ain't taking this for sure. And I'm thinking, where do I'm having a real hard time getting in where I fit in, And I'm thinking, well, in your heart and your mind, you're thinking, well, I better side to where, because I got to get me some water and food, so maybe I ought to be real. If I go that way, they for sure gonna hang me high. If I go this way, I'll try to tiptoe through the tulips and bound. But if I even speak the Bible, they're gonna be like, no soup for you, son. Sorry. Oh, by the way, that thing that should be on there for 2 to 3 weeks, yeah, you got a wooden nickel now, boy. And I'm thinking, what can I do? I can't seem to win. That's kind of where we're at. But so yeah, we are entitled in America. Don't get me wrong. You ain't gonna get me to badmouth my government. Okay. Come hell or high water, my God, look, not all y'all can say that. My grandfather fought in World War II. I don't know what y'all can say. So as far as I'm concerned, we had this old saying. Uh, I was grandfathered in, okay? So I don't feel guilty. But I love our country. But the way we're going, and it gets complicated because there's a lot of the how it was started and all that. But to completely start over, how are we going to do it? It's scary. And then you got people divided so much they won't take me over there. You can't come over here because you're carrying that Bible. Where you gonna go? I'm like, well, I'm ready to go sit on the park bench and read my Bible. And I don't know. And then you go on the internet, you're preaching the word of God. Okay, maybe you were a little bit rude here and there, but if they're trying to get to me and hurt me and put me 6 feet in a hole and all my, where? Look, I ain't saying nothing weird. Like I don't want to get accused of it, like starting any conspiracy theory, but like, where did all my friends go? They're like, when I'm thinking, and now you're threatening me, and now all of a sudden that all this here is happening. Hmm. You're getting pretty close. I'm feeling the heat, right? And I'm thinking, well, I better publish or perish. At least I try. At least I'm gonna get up there with old Christian Laettner and say, hey, shoot me. I might not make them free throws. I did. Oh, Matt Moreau. Matt Moreau remembers that, huh? Eighth grade, what was it? Seventh? Seventh grade. Oh, hit that free throw. Oh, what's his name? Old Daniels friend. Oh, he was mad. Because I used to beat him in dodgeball all the time, remember? Only guy that could beat me in the whole junior high was old John Rushboy. And I swear they held that guy back for 2 or 3 years or something, man. I'm like, dude, you're in the eighth grade and you could be on the cover of GQ, man. What you doing here? Like, you beat me every time. Like, you're the only guy I can't beat. But I hit that free throw on the buzzer and won the game. That was pretty. As a kid, I remember, other than just that was pretty fun. Yeah, I suppose that buzzer beater. Oh, old Matt Moreau, he remember that. I saw Jason Moreau out at Mistake Lake one time. Yeah. Oh, Kara Anderson.
She said she used to sit right in front of me. Oh, for the committee. See, back in the day, you had to sit alphabetical order. Oh, yeah, I got to sit next to her. Yeah, drove her nuts. Yeah. She's like, oh, God dang it. So you're saying, well, yeah, the buzzer beater, remember that? Old Detterman, seventh grade, everybody fit, there's 100 people in the state. Hey, man, I was shaking. And old Clarky boy. Oh, Clarky boy. What's his name is the sheriff now? Over there in Anoka County. Pudani? Yeah. What, old Clark? Man, old Clark, y'all remember Clark? We used to, me and Clark, see, this is why, me and Scotty Clark, right? Old Detterman would be like, hey, boys, if you're coming to play on my team, we got a game today. You're going to be in a tie. You ain't playing. If you come to school today, we got a game, and you ain't got a shirt and tie. You're sitting on the bench, son. So me and Clarky was there every morning, 5 a.m. shooting free throws. Just me and him, and he wasn't no taller than me. And I didn't see him for a while. And then I sent him up at Anoka Ramsey, right, one time, and he's like 8 feet tall. And I'm thinking, whoa, what happened to you? And he's driving that little black truck. And I'm thinking, man, if God would have done that for me, I'd have been taking on Michael Jordan. He was pretty good. Guess he went up to Canada for a while, played in college. But yeah, remember that? Right in front of the stands was packed. The time was out. I think I missed the first one, and I started shaking. I'm thinking, this is it. This is your defining moment, man. If you miss this, everybody's watching. It's over, dude. You're done. Matt Moreau looks over at me, and I look over at him, and I look over at what's his name? I forget. He was old buddies with old Bruggerman. Old Bruggerman, man, that was one mean dude. Man, that dude looked like he should have been in the UFC in the 8th grade. And I'm thinking, whoa. And I said, boom, I hit that. Oh, yeah, it went in. And I was like, yeah. I'm going down to Target Center. I'm gonna play. Hey, I got up. Hey, I'm up on the hard court. I'm in the paint. I'm shooting the free throw. I don't know if they're going in, but I'm trying. Because if I just sit down there again and say, "Oh no, don't worry," well, here comes Secret Doctrine and old Jimmy and old Cal and whoever they are and whoever. Well, we got something for you, huh, boy? Oh yeah, you do? Okay. Well, now the world knows about it. But hopefully, unless they show up, like I said, hey, I haven't really looked because I don't care. I've seen a few views. I'm thinking it's my daddy. And I'm sure that somebody gonna stumble across one or here, but for the most part, I don't know where these videos. Thank God, old Don Lemon, he convinced me silence wasn't an option, no matter what happens. The truth, and see, but look, 99.999% of everything I'm telling you, other than you saying, "Oh, that old guy is kind of annoying," and no wonder he was an only child. And no wonder old Carrie Anderson would go out with him. Oh man, that skinny little thing. I wonder whatever happened to her. Man, sitting in front, having a girl sitting in front of you for about 6, 7, 8 years, and you're thinking, man, she'll never go out with you. Never did get that call either. Hey, no, it was what was it? She was what it was like 3 of them. It kind of changed everyone. Who was the other one? There was about 3 of them. It kind of changed, or they was real close. And yeah, actually, I'm surprised they made it that many years with me. They got old Nicky Boy sitting right behind them. Boy, they did pretty good, didn't they? Yeah, yeah. So you're saying, so what? Well, I'm saying, Jeremy, oh yeah. Hey, I can't stop it, but 99.9999. Hey, other than that, I'm just a nice guy, having a little fun playing basketball. Wasn't that smart, you know. Now I'm kind of old, and the world's getting a little weird, and they're saying this Jesus guy might come out of the sky, and he's gonna judge. He's gonna rapture up, maybe rapture up. They got like three what rap pre-trib or post-trib. Hey, I'm thinking. I've always been kind of like a give me. I played Monopoly. Give me that get out of jail free card. I need a couple of them. I'm saying, hey, why you'd want to make an argument for a mid-trib and a post-trib unless you're like one of them 144,000, and I'm pretty sure I ain't that special. So I'm thinking, hey, get me out of here. Let's go. I'm pre-trib. Hey, let's go. Rapture me up. We're gonna go up, judge the saints. 1,000 years. They're gonna tie up the devil again, I guess, and then I don't know. It gets kind of hairy, right? But and now you want me to keep writing these papers, and all the while, old Randall trying to tell me. I mean, he think he gonna t- tell me a fishing joke, and he trying to sell. He trying to say he gonna sell Pinto. He's where he's selling Pintos for the price of a Cadillac, and I'm saying, hey, I'm Jacob Sheep, man. I mean, I don't know who you is. Ah, Amarillo Slim. Hey, and now I got to try to appease this after all these people's just being weird. It's a weird world. It's like you do the next right thing and then something just happens. So you say, well, boy, your best probably just, if you be quiet, maybe there'll be soup for you. And I'm thinking, I pretty much tried that other than a little bit on Power Talk. And that was going somewhere not so good. So I said, hey, more coffee. And it is. It's like, look, I understand Granddaddy Trump. I mean, he would just probably soon, you know, would have like that move, then look at me. But you know what? Again, he was the president. I don't know, and because I won't badmouth a guy based on his personality, they all like you out. And all the Trump's guys, they already, Jeremy and Cal, they already want me gone. I mean, 6 feet in the hole. So I mean, I was never getting in there anyways. But like I said, I mean, I learned in civics class. You remember that? I mean, at least Randall admitted, hey, everything you learned, psh, nothing. Anybody remember anything unless you're a doctor, lawyer, accountant, and you're practicing? I mean, you might remember some case law. I remember in seventh grade. I mean, I knew every office because it reminded me.
Yeah, so did we. So what? Yeah, well, right. It is. It's who you know, not what you blow, right? I knew every legislator. I could tell you every. I had every president memorized, vice president. I knew every branch, every step. I mean, we had to memorize that to get. Yeah, I mean, I was a pretty good student, because old mama she ran a tight ship. Yeah, and so you're saying, well, but it's like, what you gonna do? I don't know, man. The gray hair is just starting to poke through, and I got a couple up in here, man. So, and now they trying to hurt me. Oh, we're gonna get to talking, boy. And really, all I'm doing is preaching the word. As far as I can tell, that's when at the end of the day, right? Because you got some people. It's the only great equalizer. Because if you ain't living off capital gains, dividends, trust fund, baby, you're just old, irrelevant. Okay. I mean, even though I sat behind that pretty old Carol Anderson for 5-year-old boy, hey, she ain't worried about me. You know, she ain't gonna give me no soup and sandwich. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm saying, hey, daddy. And he said, I'm trying to help you, son. I'm saying, daddy, you're giving me the old hope you don't. You won't even listen. And I've been that they had to send me to that AA because I like to drink that beer, and they didn't, remember they stopped driving you home. They got too much to do, so they throw you in the can. So I learned enough along the way. Hey, they say, well, if you keep doing the same thing, boy, and expecting a different result, you're insane. And I'm thinking, well, I'm kind of doing that now, except for not really. I mean, honestly, all I'm trying to do is be productive in a way where I want to start from scratch. We're gonna get some more scratch. But daddy said, hey, it's always time to make now. And then they find out you got to carrying that Bible around. I mean, we don't think you need any of that. Oh, we don't even got that. It's all electronic. And all the guys running that, now he's saying he trying to say that homosexuality is a sin. Oh, we can fix that. Remember, we all the programmers now. We running the matrix. Keep talking, boy. What you gonna do now, son? And my daddy's like, I'm trying to help you, boy. And I'm thinking, Dad, but we got to talk this out a little bit. Otherwise, it's gonna be, hey, hey, y'all, all the girls are like the surfers, and I'm like, well, I'm from Minnesota, and I don't like, hey, I'm cool with my skateboard, and you're like, hey, hit the road, Jack, and I'm thinking, this ain't going more than 2-3 weeks, Daddy, ain't never, hey, now I know the whole world is against me, and you're my daddy, and y'all about all I got, except maybe had one half the kingdom. Y'all remember what's his name? What's his name? Yeah. See, I need that gal that'll stick by. What's his name? Oh, Pratt. Spencer Pratt. Remember that? Yeah. What's her name? Her daddy out there in Cap. I didn't realize her daddy. I mean, he's like a cowboy. Yeah. Now I know there was more to that, but did y'all see how Spencer Pratt in the hills? That guy was like super dope. He was the Prince of Malibu, or what's his name? All the boys, the rapper guy and all that. And then all of a sudden, it only took one half the kingdom, boy. What was her name? He called her old beef curtains, and that was it. Oh, I mean, it didn't matter. That guy could have had, I mean, it was over, and they went back and forth. And I know some of that was scripted, but, look, I mean, because he was probably one of the better looking of all the guys, right? I mean, he's pretty smart, you know. And then there was only one girl, right? His gal, right there was Heidi Spidey. Yeah, I stuck by it. Say that's what I need half the kingdom. Say, yeah, when the whole world against you. Yeah. Say, now I ain't Spencer Pratt. His dad's a dentist and all that. And I don't know. I don't know. He's into them rocks and stuff. I don't know about all that, but he like all them, FBI hostage negotiator and all the special ops and all that stuff here. So I know some of that was made up, but I mean, once that one gal, she went to work for Vogue. I mean, once she got on the horn, but remember, I tell you, once I get half the kingdom, if y'all better behave, because if I tell half the kingdom about this, and she find out about it and get on the horn, y'all's gonna be in some trouble. Say once she did that, all his best friends turned on him. One talked, and it was over. He was done, and in terms of well, they all kind of, I guess, I don't know, maybe they all just did it. Who knows the truth, right? But yeah, that's what I need, right? I need a spite. I need a Heidi. Yeah, yeah. I need half the kingdom because hey, look, I won't get off this internet and go fishing. Player, hey. So just saying, Daddy. Well, you know, I don't know, man. But like I said, it's better to say something than nothing. And hey, it only take one. Yeah, it only take one. We get off here, honey. We're gonna make a little of this. We be all right. We ain't gonna be rich. A lot of people in the world suffering. We'll be okay, but we got real love. Hey, that's something. Yeah, that only go. When you're in America, that only goes so far. That might work. Some of these foreign ladies or something. They come from war torn and all, and they're like, oh, so they're like, but yeah, Kelly. I mean, you got to have some real money on date. I mean, remember that. So So I don't know. Oh, but kind of there is I'm telling you, I don't know. And I did. Like I really don't feel like I was ever an alcoholic. I mean, I had no problem. I would do it in fact, I would do it. There was many times I would go 30 days. I'd have one beer, one line, just to see, because that's what they say. Go try. But whether it was, I just get wild. I like to drive. I enjoyed driving. I mean, there wasn't much. I mean, I don't know. Power tools, snowmobiles, ATVs, and beer. I mean, I don't know. So it got me in quite a bit of trouble. And so I said, "Hey, I'm getting, this. I'm too old for this." And way back, I'm like, there, and I go to church, right? I go to a few prayer studies, and they're like, "Well, just pray to God. Pray to God. He asks you to remove all that desire for any beer again." And I'm thinking, okay, I'll try. I did that about 50,000 times. And I think I finally got there because I don't even think about it. And I mention it because if you look at me on paper, yeah, I mean, I had a few of them. But again, you know, they weren't very nice about that, you know. And I never did end up in a ditch, never hit nobody. I think I was a better driver. I was more because I was always worried about getting pulled over and getting a ticket, going to jail. So I was more. But I would speed. I sped one time, and then who knows? They got so many cameras they be watching. You got these troopers, you got these law enforcement. They're just sitting in their basements watching all the cameras, and there are people watching everywhere. So it's pretty tough to get. You can't get away with anything. So you might as well just open your house up, turn your cameras on, and just follow the rules. Try as much as possible. But hey, the only reason at the end of the day, if you ain't got nothing to eat, you still bring glory to God, preach the word of God, try to be respectful, but don't make concessions, right? Because that, as you can see in my life experience, they're gonna come after you no matter what, anyways, and they might get you. Hey, this don't end well necessarily. See, we're a bunch of coddled Christians. I mean, we're like a bunch of Christians sucking our thumb. If the actual persecution, which I don't know, like I said, I don't know where some of my friends went on Pal Talk, but they started disappearing, and I'm thinking only so many of them just left or got married and moved on or got bored. Like we down to bushwhackers and woodies. I mean, where did everybody go? Huh? I'm thinking, am I next or something? I'm out of here. I'm gonna watch YouTube videos for the next. Man, there is. I like that's gonna be my new addiction. I swear. I am gonna stop. What? Like I'm never gonna get anything done. Is there any way I can get paid to like watch YouTube videos and review them or something? Can I earn a living like that or something? You know, that old, corner in the market on that ain't a bad idea if you really think about it. I mean, if I'm the only guy that got these in the whole subsector, I mean, I'm naming my prize, right? But I got to figure out how can I be the only guy that got these? You know, like I got about 10, 12 people that real nice young gals. They're nannies and dog walkers. Okay, and then if you need a doggy therapist, I'm a dog whisperer. I'll come in on a case by case basis. I'll pray the demons out of your doggy for you, and then I'm gonna sell these to you for $50 a piece. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do pretty well. But I can't live in LA because, you know, yeah, I'm just thinking a guy like me probably ain't gonna do too well in LA. I know I'm pretty friendly with the Jewish people, but they're down to the last of the Mohicans there too. Yeah, and they're really they've gotten real liberal as well. Well, you say it's Hollywood, I mean, but if you're paying me $500 I'm thinking, why are you trying to get me to LA? And two, what you gonna ask me to do next? Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's all I got. Because if God takes my breath, He puts my candle out, right? Heart attack. Give me the Breitbart zap. We call it the Breitbart zap, and it's over. I want to make sure that I was as respectful, had as much integrity, and was accountable to God as possible, so that if in fact it's true, my soul, whether it's immediately or it's raised up, or Jesus comes out of the sky on a white horse with flame and fire to gather up the saints and judge the world, that I'm ready to go before a trial with the creator of the universe, right? Yeah, because I mean, I probably called somebody. I didn't say beef curtains, but I'm sure I probably used something similar. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a couple Hefty Kingdoms on the horn or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And so, yeah, I mean, without a queen, it's not looking so good. You know what I mean? Oh, did I say that right? So you say, well, you're looking pretty desperate. Well, I mean, how many slashed tires or cracked windshield or how many of those can you take before you're like, what am I doing here? What's my purpose? Obviously, God is letting, I'm not doing something completely right. So, because God's letting, he's starting to let him get to me a little bit, He letting me feel the heat a little bit, right? Still got all my 10 fingers and 10 toes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God. And thank you to all my friends and family that are making that possible. And never know. Maybe half the kingdom. She's still thinking about it. Not sure. I don't know if I like this guy. Kind of annoying. I don't know if I can do this for the next 50 years. Put up with this guy. I mean, I could probably quiet down and settle down a little bit once we get a little, I get a little half the kingdom in my lap, a little smoochy kissy once in a while. I can go find some other. I got some hobbies, YouTube videos. I like to go fishing. I mean, it's negotiable. I mean, I'm willing to. And like I said, I'm 99% trained. You know what I mean? So, but as far as that, you're saying, well, you're pretty desperate there, old camper boy. And I'm thinking, well, I mean, I wasn't for a long time, and then you start getting old, and you start getting the gray hair, and parents don't last forever. So, and you're thinking, well, so I could see why, you take a chance, and you ain't real used to it because you ain't a player like Daddy. You just kind of a nerdy guy. Had a couple girlfriends, so you're not, you ain't no Spencer Pratt, you know. So but you're doing the best you can. So yeah, I suppose you probably look a little desperate, but like I said, I mean, hey, Bathsheba, I'll bet you David was looking. He was probably driving around in circles, thinking he probably walking around thinking, I got that. Finally he's like, hey, go get me her. I mean, I don't know. What was Samson thinking? Everybody's seen that coming. Everybody but him, right? 3, 4, 5 spiny. So guys can get a little desperate sometimes when they think they got to all half the kingdom on the line, whether they do or don't. Sometimes we get a little. But anyways, so yeah, so all the red coats are saying, hey boy, pull up your bootstraps, son. I mean, look, we all had to do it. Uh, I tried that, and they got a robot there up there at the Carbuncle Inn. I mean, they're pretty much doing it. I mean, yeah, I went to school for this, but hey, Linda, I can't. I figured pretty quick when I saw old Linda McCann. I'm thinking, hey, I'm already in this. I got to try to finish. And I'm thinking, when I seen old McCann sending that rocket to the moon for an hour up there, I'm thinking, and then she turned around and said, I kind of struck up I'm thinking, I'm in the wrong business. Yeah, but I'm thinking, they ain't gonna pay me no $500 to, what you gonna do? And then all of a sudden, this here weird stuff start happening. What you got to lose? I mean, they already trying to punch you in your nose. At least maybe if you get in front of the world and you show them, hey, yeah, you're only half a weirdo. Maybe there'll be enough people that'll say, hey, you probably shouldn't punch this guy in the nose. maybe we ought to maybe we ought to call off the polar bears and Sasquatches just for now. We can always call them back. I mean, hey, they only a phone call away. Let's lighten up on the guy. Hey, cut him some slack for a while. Let him relax, get some sleep, chill out a little bit. He seemed like an all right guy. Hey, he just bound on his Bible mostly. He still like naked ladies. Hey, but he we basically just want to have himself a sweet little honey wife, half the kingdom, and go fishing. I mean, he ain't really bothering anybody too much, except now he just, trying to stay alive. Because they just don't make them. We're running out of guys like, uh, you know, 6 months. This literally like I should have went to the doctor sooner, probably, but as long as this thing is taken to get rid of. So yeah, like I said, it's not all my fault. Don't forget, remember, when somebody start talking, hey, I would around old Tammy Groves. Say, reminder, hey, you had him dressed up as a girl, with makeup. I mean, in a dress when he was a little boy, and you wonder why he ain't a little screwed up. I mean, I didn't want, it wasn't my idea. Now that's a whole different story nowadays, right? I mean, don't ain't none of I ain't worried about it. I can't do nothing about it. Seemed pretty simple to me. If you look down, the anatomy go one or two ways. Sometimes you get both, I guess, and then I say, hey, let them pick. Hey, we'll cut one off for you. But other than that, it's pretty simple which bathroom you have to go into. Or now, instead of arguing about who's in what, is like I said, make another bathroom, 2, 3 extras. You got the room. Just make a bathroom for, not sure, or kind of thinking about it, or I mean, we can work with this. We don't have to make other people uncomfortable or stuff like that have been living a certain way for 6,000 years, and we understand that society has changed, and things happen, and people. We live in a world where majority rules, I guess, and now so they got the numbers. And you say, well, that's funny that you'd even think like that, Kemp, because don't you want some soup? Don't you want us to protect you from the Sasquatch and the polar bear? And I'm thinking, yeah, but I don't want to save my life now. Just, I don't want to give up my eternal life just to save my life here. I just want to be seen as a normal, nice guy that wants to believe what's in that book there, the Bible, true, and try to be as kind to people. Yeah, I want, like, hey, that I want to, I'd probably do that job. I'll go pick them people up at you know, the group home because they got real. You think I got look? They got They got some emotional problems, but they're just good people. Good. I'll go up there and bring them up to the movies. Hey, give me enough to live on. Like if I'm living in America, right, and I don't have a drug or drinking problem, and there ain't no cigarette butts around here, and the worst thing I'm doing is I'm still trying to get a naked lady and read my Bible. And you're saying, well, shouldn't I be able to afford an apartment? No, not in 70-hour a week, a minimum wage job in America. Oh, okay. Oh, every Republican in the entire country just said he's out. And I'm thinking, ain't that common sense? I mean, if in the great supposed to be the great, you wonder why they're burning buildings down? just because of slavery. It's 70 hours a week and a minimum wage job. You can't afford a one bed. Forget having half the kingdom. Forget having one, maybe two babies. Forget having to be able to put clothes on anybody, any of your family. Forget your food. Forget having any fun. Forget gas. Forget your car. You can't even pay rent. And you wonder why I'm thinking, hey, oh, Alexandria, oh, what's her name? And I'm thinking, you're wondering why they all hemming and hawing everywhere. Well, hey, you can't even afford a one bed. Well, you said, well, then you got to work more jobs. Well, what? So now I got to work 2 or 3 jobs, and I can't spend any time. And now my half the kingdom, she can't even work, or she can't even stay home and watch the kids that are inside her body for 9 months. No, you're going to pay somebody. And oh, by the way, we got re-education systems because in order to convince you that it's okay to go up to Target because you feel like and hang out and go to the bathroom with girls, we got the easiest way to do that is to take over the school system. We're going to re-educate you now. Oh, so you know what? We're going to subsidize that. Forget that you can't 70 hours a week at minimum wage. You can't even afford I'll buy yourself 1 bedroom apartment and you ain't got a drug or alcohol problem. But hey, you got that kid there. We got to get that kid away from you because we don't want you to put that Bible there and family values anymore. We'll give you some money for some child care. So now we got some stranger. Yeah, y'all. Nobody can sit down for a family meal. Remember that? It's a mess, folks. And it is complicated because there is no one answer. Nobody on one side of the aisle, this red and blue dog and pony show, it's like a smoke screen from the pits of hell. I swear, it don't mean nothing. It's like a big distraction. They don't got the answers. Government's never been able to settle the. Now I will agree, even bigger government don't settle it. So, hey, they got a point there. They got a point. Eventually, if we just if we say, well, because of this and this and it's tough, you can't get 70 hours a week. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go into socialism. Well, yeah, that'll last for about 20, 30 years, and then we're like Venezuela. So why can't we ever try to find something in the middle? I don't know. And why? Because I would have some common sense, elementary, 6th grade level, basic ideas. I'm the bad guy. Y'all tell me. I'm all ears. But until we can be honest about some of that stuff, don't talk to me about too much other stuff because they already. You say, well, are you worried, Camper? Well, no, like I said, there is a serenity of not having a drug or alcohol problem that you cannot buy. Now, I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but there's only so much where God says, fear me, or I can cast your soul into hell for eternity. Don't worry about what that old big old polar bear, where he at, what. Besides, he ain't getting in here unless I let him anyways. So just follow me, love people, be kind, speak the truth of that Bible, but do it so you ain't trying to just hurt people's feelings. What else you want to do? Because we got so many problems. We can't agree on nothing. They're fighting everywhere. Now they all think this. And then they've been, like I said, they've been railing. Last I checked, being a nice guy was not part of the prerequisite. It was to command the free world, the greatest country ever known to God's green earth, not to be your friend, not to be a nice guy. That's great. We've had lots of peanut farmers, lots of nice guys. That's cool. That's great. But apparently God, because you know what else the Bible says? Those that are instituted, whether by hook or crook, are put there by God, right? We, as aliens in a foreign land just passing through, we only get involved so much, right? So it gets to be a tricky balance to be a patriot, right? Because your government's been good to you, boy. I wouldn't dare. You ain't gonna catch me bad mouthing my government. Nah. Had some Oh yeah, I get a little difficult. Yeah, we got some. But for the most part, hey, I ain't saying nothing. Oh, and so now all them guys burning them, you out, man. Don't come around here. We ain't gonna hurt you, but you ain't welcome here, boy. Keep on walking. So what do you do? I don't know. It is. It's get. I guess these are the times I thought about or talked about 20 years ago that I thought would never be in my lifetime, or I would never experience. And so it goes far beyond being an only child, not being able to play well with others, or not sharing your toys. I mean, this is as far as I'm concerned, it says we're fighting principalities in high places, spiritual warfare. The Bible says there's a war with angels and invisible creatures. And if you got a problem with that, why don't you have a problem with them casting spells down at the White House? Okay, think about it. That's what the Bible says. Spiritual warfare. So I don't know what else to do other than, like I said, be kind. Try. It's almost impossible because you can't please everybody even half the time. And then you make your own mistakes and they come after you, and then they use that when a lot of times they probably do the same thing, and you're just a scapegoat, or you know and so it's so complicated. I mean, our only chance, especially as Christians or God-fearing people or Jews, is I guess to do the best. I don't know. I'll be honest, this idea that there's going to be a human guy, unless he's like some special Superman, he can literally, like, God gives him and he starts flying around like Superman, and he got. I never did understand that. I tried to understand this human, and I'm not being disrespectful. If it's not Jesus, I'm saying, if he's not coming out of the sky and he's going to be born, and I mean, I don't know how that happens, but like I said, if they can prove to me that if they could prove Christianity was a good crisis the Roman Empire did not let go to waste, because they didn't believe in God at all. This Roman, I don't know. There's so much to read. Yet you don't know what story is true. There's 1,000 stories. There's at least 1,000 sides to each story. Well, what other than Judaism, the mothership? You said, well, you kind of already said that. Well, again, at the end of the day, I'd rather say that than write another stupid. What is that really? Is that paying? Is that really? That nobody, I'm not going to remember none of this. And I'm fighting for my life as far as I'm concerned. Because they always trying to give you, I don't know who it is. They're always trying to get you in the system or something. Sometimes you deserve it more than others, but most of the time I don't even know anymore. But I know Daddy ain't just the answer. just going out to daddies. I mean, that ain't the answer. I wish it was. I wish it was that simple. Boring. Okay. Yeah. All right. I've talked enough for today. Go eat some food. Go do a little work. Watch a little news. Well, how come you don't? I mean, what? How do I have? Seriously, if you got a family and a job and a couple hobbies, how do you have time for any friends? Because they're gonna let you down anyways. If your own family will let you down. Oh, your friends. I mean, that's great. That's cool. If you think you got somebody you can trust, hey, thank God. But I mean, even if I am kind of slow, I mean, there's only so much time in the day, right? Um, I think where I'm at, the bottom line is I'm not gonna do anything clearly illegal or any. I mean, like ever again, like taking a chance driving or something. I mean, I didn't mean I don't. If you cross a line while you're driving, I mean that's a mistake. But like, I mean, I haven't done anything real. Just I guess read the Bible, and I guess what do? You pray and you ask God for help, and I don't know what else we can do in a world with 2 billion people, where most people they didn't like me. They don't like you to begin with, and then on top of it, you're a Christian, and it's like whoa, and you're like, well, so yeah, I mean it's a little nerve wracking to live in these times, but at the same time, I wouldn't say like some of the Christians describe it as exciting. I don't. It doesn't sound exciting to get persecuted for your faith in Jesus Christ, the creator of the universe, and then have to maybe starve to death and you can't get any water, and then they start really like being mean to you. I mean, that doesn't, I'm not looking forward to that. If I can avoid that, I want to. I'm not a masochist or whatever. I don't enjoy pain, but I'm not willing to renounce God or Jesus so they don't do it. No. And as far as I can see, the only purpose so far but was to say this stuff that I'm saying before they got to me for maybe somebody who knows. Because it was looking pretty bad. Still is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's all in your head. Yeah, I got, I got more than one bridge in Brooklyn to sell. Yeah. So most of the time, yeah, would be just I don't know. It's like my grandpa Harold. When he got older, he would sit in a chair and read. And that was even all pretty much all his that adult life. If he wasn't out working on the farm or whatever, he'd be in the chair reading, staying to himself, being pretty quiet. Watch little Wheel of Fortune. Say hi, every once in a while, half the kingdom. Throw grandma from the train. Every once in a while he talk to her. But yeah, there's not a whole lot going on, and I'm not interested in a whole lot. I seriously, it'd be nice to have some people that actually, we actually enjoyed each other's company and we could have some Bible studies. And I wouldn't want it to be all male. I don't know why it'd have to be all. It'd be nice if it was couples and, uh, like, I don't have any burning desires that I need to talk with just men about. I mean, it'd be fun to go to church, which I don't know if we're ever going to be able to do that again. Uh, but they got the bars open, don't you? Can go. Don't they have some? Do they have bars open? So they got all the schools and but some of this other stuff they got. It don't make any sense. You're saying, well, we know that, but I mean, I don't know, man. I'm almost. I'm tired of talking again. Publish or perish. I'll be right back. I gotta turn that heat back on pretty soon. I mean, it is cold in here. If I wasn't worried about the pipes freezing, I'd put on a snowmobile suit. So, I mean, I'm not saying anything that I haven't said, except now you can see my handsome face and think, well, maybe we don't want to destroy his face. Or maybe there's better context. You can see my body language, or I don't know. Because I mean, I'm not saying anything I haven't said before. I just didn't do it publicly. No, I mean, I'm starting to see it's crazy. Man, I'm starting. You feel like those times are so far off when you're young. Skin is starting to. I know Jennifer Aniston. She still looks like she's in her 20s, and she's like in her 50s or something. But yeah, I'm starting to look old. So, like I said, I figure I better make a few videos before I really look old. Um, It's scary, I think, what people will do to to get their ideologies accomplished or to remove people that are in their way. I don't know. There's so much going on, and so that I just never, I don't know. I guess the best way to explain it would be like, yeah, okay, there like there was war. Okay, yeah, sure. There was 9/11. Yeah, sure, people die in car crashes and people die of cancer, but it never happened to me or my family or and so it was never real. It's like, sure, like I'm gonna live to be 100, and I'm gonna, as long as I'm a pretty nice guy, I'm not gonna have any problems. I'm always gonna have food to eat, and I'm always gonna have a halfway decent job, and I'll always, nobody's gonna murder my family, or I'm not gonna be the victim of a act of violent. We're not gonna ever have a war here. There's not gonna be people going into a capital, and it's like, I mean, life is, and it's beyond just getting older and losing that invincible. I mean, life is kind of real. It's kind of cheap right now, I think, too, and there's so much hatred, and I guess there maybe it was a false sense of security. I don't know, but I feel like I really do, and I pray, and I don't know honestly. If I thought honestly, I'm smart, and if I thought the best thing to do would be to be quiet, I would do it, but I don't. Publish or perish. Hey, Hey, if I wouldn't have heard that, look, there's a button right up here. It says publish. Now, who exactly that is, hey, but well, you don't really. Do you really deserve half the kingdom, Nick? I mean, what have you? I mean, how can she? I mean, girls like secure. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I haven't proved it within 44 years, I mean, I don't know what else I could do to convince her. I mean, there's been plenty of times where I went, everybody makes mistakes. Like I said, when I turned 40, I started praying like a priest, and I lived like a priest, and I'm asking God, what's your will? It wasn't just, hey, I got, give me a wife, give me. I'm saying, like, God, what, like, seriously, if it's not, what do you want? I'm just supposed to be becoming an old guy and maybe get a staff accounting position, go work in a factory and just be quiet and have something to eat and come home like grandpa and sit in the chair and read Lewis some more books, Western books, and get old and die? Or what do you have a purpose for me, God? Like, for God, like, is there anything? Is there, because like you said, well, I don't really have that big of a testimony. Like, I don't have one of these spectacular, like, I was in a gang, and I mean, I used to sell drugs, and I saw people get murdered, and I ran in the baddest town, and it's amazing I'm alive. And then I played in the NFL for a couple of years, and I signed crack on the side, and I was married. I don't have that. It's just an average guy that did a couple, below average, did nothing, right? So what would God, like, what? I'm not like this guy that is gonna tell some great testimony story up in front of a. I mean, even if on a small level, like, what about my, like, I wasn't a super drug addict or a super alcohol. I mean, yeah, it got me, but even a homeless person, other than like, hey, by the way, would you like some shoes? Here's, it's freezing out. Would you like a jacket? Here's some food. And here's a Bible. And remember, Jesus loves you just like he loves me and everybody else. And hey, We don't know why you're on. Hey, all of us are. I could be on the street tomorrow with, and God loves you just like He loves. And so, yeah, you might be suffering here, but if we put our faith in Jesus Christ, just like anybody else, you get to go to heaven too. I mean, beyond that, I don't know what God would have for me to do, which I've always said, hey, if I ever had any extra money, I'll go down to the Greyhound station and pass out free Bibles and meals or whatever, or you know. But what's my stinking purpose? Because it sure ain't to sit around, drink beer, watch football, and eat cheese. Because that's boring. Uh, Apparently, it's not chatting on the internet. And I'm really getting sick of doing papers and work that isn't fruitful for me anymore. I mean, I'm just sick of it. And so, unless there's a purpose in mind, a specific goal that's reasonable, attainable, measurable, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. There's only so much you're going to get me to do. And then you add all this other weird stuff, and then what's going on in our country, in the world, and put a Judeo-Christian view on it. I mean, yeah, it's a little discouraging, but I trust God. I really do. And there is a serenity of knowing, no matter what anybody thinks, no matter what anybody's ever said about me, that I mean, I have no desire to even drink a beer or smoke a pot or or like, still like still like naked ladies, but I try not to look at them either. Um, I'd like if I had half the kingdom, I wouldn't. That's what I always say. Like I'm always like these guys that have like they're married. God blesses them with a wife, and they have a good job, and then they have the audacity to like cheat on them or like go look at that naked lady, and I'm thinking, I mean, I don't understand that sin. And so, like, what do you do? I don't know, man. But that's my life. That's my story. It's nothing. There's nothing spectacular. Nothing. Just and so. But I know so a lot of weird stuff has been happening. So I guess, and you say, "Oh, that's just old Sasquatch trying to scare you straight." No, no, that's just the old polar bear. He getting. They just trying. The parents don't last forever, and you getting up there. They're just trying to get. No, no. Okay, so what are we gonna do? What do you got for me, God? Because this is really, really boring. Really, really. Uh, is there anything out there you want me to do? Show me. Never heard a voice in my life. Never, never. God doesn't verbally speak to me, but I get dreams and visions, and so I'm thinking, well, and then you start having dreams and over and over and over. And so you're like, well, hey, maybe I better, Christian Leitner say, hey, come on up and shoot a couple free throws. And you're like, well, I want to make sure I get up there and at least try. So you're like, all right, fine, God, fine. I'll at least, I'm not gonna jump off the IDS tower, but I'll get out there and see I'll go up to the top floor and have lunch, get a salad, and see what's going on. At least I'll go up to the but then hey, you get up there and there's a whole bunch of really healthy people, and they're all fit, and you're like, well, I don't really eat salads much, and they're kind of like, well, what are you doing here? I mean, we're here all the time, and you're like, well, I didn't mean to bother nobody. Just came for a salad, and they're like, well, you ought to get out of here because we didn't invite you up here for a salad and stuff, and if you come, you come back here looking for, there's other places for you to get a salad, boy. And don't come around here looking for a salad. You're going to have some problems. And you're like, okay, well, I just wanted to see. I wanted to see what the salad was like up here. And, stuff like that. But you learn your lesson. You're like, hey, I mean, you thought maybe it was okay to go up there and get a salad. And clearly it wasn't. And so you ain't gonna go up there. There's lots of other places to go get a salad. So you ain't gonna bother them people and their salads no more. And but then you're back to kind of square one, and now you're 3 or 4 years older, and you're still looking. You're saying, "Well, it's salad, but there's lots of salad everywhere. Well, there's lots of these places now. They'll probably let me go get a salad and not be mad at me about saying, "Hey, this is our salad. Don't mess with our salad. We don't really like you anyway. So even if we had extra salad, we probably wouldn't share it with you anyways." It's something along that lines, and you're like, okay, well now I'm 44. I mean, I ain't 40 no more. And you're like, and then all of a sudden you get this here, and you're like, man, I want a salad. I want a salad with Hefty Kingdom, but you're thinking, well, I already ran up. I went up there and tried to get a salad once or twice even. I didn't quite. It wasn't the same place, right? But you're like, well, I heard about this other place, and then kind of same thing happened. You go up there, instead you go over to Macy's, right? You're like, but that ain't quite as high up. You're like, hey, Mom used to go up there and get a salad. So with Grandma, and they used to take all the girls, take the bus down from Mounds View. That was the big thing. Even though they had a car, they all get excited, all the girls, but a bing, bing, bing on Christmas, and go watch the thing at Old Dayton's. And I'm thinking, well, my family kind of up there. I could probably go in there and get a salad. And that same thing, get up there. They're like, hey, boy, your grandma's dead. And mama's on, there's no salad up here. We got enough people. We're eating our own salad. And you're thinking, oh, man, this is twice. I tried to go get a salad. And you're thinking, all right, well, there's salad. And you're like, and then you're like, man, I sure would like to try to get a salad with Hefty Kingdom or something. And you're like, but you already went one strike, two strike. I mean, I played baseball, right? 3 strikes, you're out, boy. And so you're like, hey, I'll stay right here. I can order salad. They'll deliver it. They might put boogers in it, but at least, I can wash it. And usually my daddy says they lick their fingers. They're supposed to. But the budget cuts are getting tight, so they don't really. And then you're like, all right, what do you want, God? And then you hear this. And then all of a sudden it's here, and you're like, hey, Polar Bear Sasquatch, hey. And you're like, and you want me to write about that. You want me to write about Apple for the 500,000th time instead of tell you this? And I'm thinking, nah. So, okay, old guy, thanks for playing. No, go be quiet. Maybe Daddy, maybe you can go out. If you keep old Leslie off that scooter, you might be able to, pitch a tent, old camper. Go hang out with Daddy. Be quiet. Don't do a few projects. Go out there where nobody, you might get 16 banditos, but and since we got a hypocritical governor, he running around with no mask and they partying, making everybody else, shutting everybody else out of business. And y'all got guns and y'all got lived in gated communities, real nice and safe, you and yours family, but boy, don't you dare, boy, have any, you can't have nothing to defend yourself except for that butter knife there, boy. And it's really hot during the day, and Daddy might move out to Hawaii, and Leslie might just get crazy and say, hit the road, Jack, like every other time. And you're thinking, but I'm back here with the polar bears and the Sasquatch. What do I do? Well, I keep reading that Bible, praying. And I guess, hey, you come up with something. So, hey, you try to move forward, I guess. But you don't drink because, hey, I guess God removed that. So I'm really bored. Now that I don't, I mean, because it's been a while, but every once in a while, you're like, I know, I tried going to get the salad with half the kingdom. That didn't work. We ain't willing to go to, we ain't willing to, get in trouble. So she pretty much going to have to show up with the salad in hand. You know what I mean? Hey, whatever, dreams, whatever. I heard they had the Grammys or Emmys or the guy got up there last year and he's like, to hell with dreams. And I'm thinking, but the Bible says, and I'm thinking now maybe that and that, I was supposed to hear that because I don't ever watch that stuff. So, but unless you don't want to have any of these Q-tips here, son, you better let them dreams just go to hell, boy. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm cool. I can find some salad here. I mean, there's lots of salad other places, and I'm good. Cool. I ain't bother you. I ain't gonna bother you. We all right. Hey, if half the kingdom, if she really want to have a salad, she'll let you know. Yeah, she'll find you. So, I mean, that's where we're at, right? And you're saying, but I don't want to ride a. No, I don't. I'm hungry though, because I like to eat. You can call me a lot of things, just don't call me late for lunch. Yeah. Boy, you really a case study, ain't you? Well, hey, can you imagine trying to do this at 50 minutes once a week? I mean, we'd be here for the next 50 years. Let's just go ahead and get it over with. And that way, and we'll get a representative sample. You know what I mean? Not just one or two. I mean, you know, there's still a few left. That's all I need. I just need a few. Say, hey, he all right. He harmless. Don't worry about him. He ain't gonna bother nobody. Leave him alone. He don't think like us. We're not gonna be able to condition him. We ain't gonna re-educate him. But he old grandfather. He part of the last. Let him die out. Don't you ain't gotta take him out. Just let him hit. He'll be gone. Like old DKS say on the. Hey, we only got to deal with these guys for another generation or two, and they'll all be gone. I mean, they've been up to this for a while. So, right. Okay, thanks, old guy. Thanks for playing. Uh, yeah. Yeah. So, and that ain't my intention. But I will reiterate because you never know. It's just like chat. You wake up one day and you're like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not wasting one more moment. Ever, never again. I may wake up and go, I'm not wasting another minute talking to myself or talking to a camera. I've got enough videos, doesn't matter. I can look back 50 years from now and watch them all by myself on the porch if I got electricity still. Or Jesus hasn't come out of the sky on a white horse. Or we haven't fried each other up in World War III, or one of these other religions is true, which I don't know how it could be. I got to keep my faith. I've tried to. Y'all heard me. I tried to convince myself that Christianity was a crisis, the Roman Empire, good crisis they didn't want to let go to waste. And the Jews will tell you there was a whole bunch of crazy guys claiming to be Messiah, and there's been through their Messiah and Jesus. There was a bunch of Jesuses, and finally the Roman Empire said, hey, bunch of good, hey, we can run with this. We can control the people. We can scare. They'll be imagine it's 50 years from. They'll be like this guy named Nick. He'll be all thinking that. But don't worry about them y'all out in front of the White House trying to do that. That's all made up. That's all fairy tale stuff. All them guys at the Satanist place down there, the synagogue, Anton Levi or whatever. All that. Don't worry about them though. They ain't bothering nobody. That's all in their head. They ain't hurting nobody. We ain't gonna lock them up on the psych ward. But boy, wait 200 feet. Whoa, they're gonna be saying all this. Jesus guy's gonna come out. I don't know. So I tried, eating the coat. I mean, I can't. I'll get into that a little bit more to clarify my position with Judeo Christianity. But what else? What else is there? I mean, you said, well, they'll say, well, it's for the weak-minded. It's for the weak. This is okay, fine. Then it's a dog eat dog world, and the survival of the fittest. And so I'm just the weakest link, and I die off, and I'm unlucky. Or no, there's a God of the universe that says, hey, life ain't fair, but guess what? Jesus is the great equalizer, and even you can go to heaven, son. And I'm thinking, yes, please, thank you, sir. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, later, have I swear, I am gonna try to go and again, what are you gonna do with it? I can't program that robot down at McDonald's that comes out, takes your order, brings out the food, cooks the ham. I can't do that. I ain't smart enough. I know how to love a woman though, and I know how to love my family and my parents, and I know how to fish and hunt. And I can sort of operate a computer, and I kind of know the chart of accounts, and I learned quite a bit about accounting. I don't know, sending a rocket to the moon with McCann, and I ain't putting in my 20 years climbing the corporate ladder. So what you gonna do, boy? I'm gonna read that Bible there. I'm gonna live for just today. I'm not ever gonna drink alcohol. I guarantee it. Don't even want to. I mean, it's been that way for quite. Dude, it just dawned on me last night. I mentioned to Tommy. I'm like, I haven't even thought of a beer. You're like, well, that's good because you're getting old and ugly and nobody cares anymore, son. Yeah. And I'm thinking, but it feels good because there's a serenity. No matter what the devil does, or no matter what anybody does on this, as long as I don't, I'm not ever in. I feel like as long as I don't ever do that, which it ain't really that big of a deal, but you'd think it would, because over time, 6 months, a year, time goes by and you get bored. And you're like, a cold one would be all right. No, like, I'll do something else. How about a lemonade or, let's go read the Bible. Let's go do, no, let's not, we're not going to sit around for one more minute on the chat. We ain't going to sit around one more minute drinking those nasty suds of duds. No. Just like we gave up the old marijuana 30 years, 20 years ago. I mean, so I guess you get older and you start to change, but and then it's too late. You're too ugly to get half the kingdom, I guess. I don't know. Or they just think you're too goofy and too silly and too crazy, I guess. I don't know. Hope that helps you out a little bit more. Cause I really, outside of, I'm really getting there. Like, we don't believe you, Nick. I mean, you just keep making these 3-hour videos. I mean, do you know how much time? I mean, well, like I said, I got to finish up with Daddy, so I know, and then I got to like finalize where I'm at with Christianity, so that nobody wants to call me names and all this, and then yeah, but
That's where I'm at. And really, for a reasonable, rational, honest person that didn't have some agenda and sort of believed in God and was willing to allow somebody to believe in God and the Bible the way they see it, like it's been seen for the last in general, without being an extremist of we're not giving you no soup, or you don't deserve any soup, or go get your own soup, or there ain't no salad left for you, or nobody wants to share a salad with you, or we're just then they would say I'm an all right guy, and that there should not be happening no matter what. And there should be no polar bears or Sasquatches chasing me around. But I guess nobody really. Not many people really care. And you just have to you realize that it's a strange world, and some people care about some family and some of their friends and others, and there's a few people out there that randomly care, and doesn't matter if they care. You ain't smart. They can't help you anyways because you're not smart enough. So it doesn't matter how much we help you. You're never going to send a rocket to the moon ever, And then so what do we do with you? We tried a few of that and that's here and that, and no, Daddy, well, he want to try the little hokey doke, and we thought maybe we had a half the kingdom, but now you get to talking, and she ain't so sure, and we don't know what to do. Well, hey, just don't touch me, and we'd probably be all right. Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. Yeah, I do. Actually, I think I'm a decent looking human being. I never did finish the braces. I think I dress halfway normal. I take a shower. I mean, I'm pretty hygienic. I'm like I said, I like myself. I wish I would have had some brothers and sisters. I wish I would have made more quality friends along the way, and I wish I would have kept my mouth shut at times where you can be married or you can be right. And there's times I look back and I should have made other decisions and had more closer relationships with a few people. And I regret some of that. Uh, Definitely. But in general, I like who I am. I'm okay. I mean, some of the mistakes you make in life are, they can be tough to deal with, you know. But it's strange because as gender roles and gender bending and what's allowed or what's expected by a certain population, like where I live, being, what's expected out of masculinity is like considered, maybe toxic down in Minneapolis, in certain areas, and then they would be like they'd run you out of town, but and then vice versa. I mean, so it's strange how life is and culture, and but I think I'm okay with who I am. Like, I'm not completely satisfied, but as a person, the way my mother raised me and who I am today and what I believe and what I stand for and the way I see the world, I'm okay. Like I said, I wish and now it's going to be near impossible. But and that's why I didn't tell anybody for 18 months. When I turned 40, I didn't go around saying what I was doing. I was looking for God to put somebody in my life, and that didn't know I was looking for that, other than in general. But I mean,
I don't want, I don't want to be pitied. I don't want to go. I don't want to be murdered, and I don't want to go to prison with a 600-pound guy having, doing what he wants with me. And I don't want to go to. I don't want to drink alcohol and end up getting a DWI or something. I have no desire to hang out in casinos and do those things or listen to secular music or do any of that stuff. And so I think, with the last 20 minutes, I think that'd be an important aspect for any armchair. I'm okay with, given the whole context of the world, right? I'm all right with who I am. Not happy. I wish I would have been a lot more successful. I wish I would have done a lot more things in life to get to half the kingdom a long time ago, or even be able to get anywhere near half the kingdom and a baby or two and a career in an ever-changing global, absolutely explosively competitive world market. Like, if you ever would have man, you really gotta be smart, and you really gotta be fast, and you really gotta be able to adapt, and you really gotta network, and you really gotta market, and you really gotta keep at it nowadays, right? And those seeing that coming, I mean, I didn't see it coming. Right? So it can be tough, frustrating, discouraging, but at the end of the day, I still have my faith. And if people want to call that weak, well, I guess if it prevents me, as long as I'm not really I'm not going to get salads where people don't want me to eat their salad, and I'm not bothering people. What do people care? What if I still say what's in that Bible's true? And why should I bother people so bad, right? I know I'm not a phony. Still like naked ladies. Hey, I sure would like to have me a naked lady sometime. But I'm not a phony. I know my faith is real, and I know I know I've been trying, and that's all I can do. So whatever anybody says about me around the world, in one ear, out the, I don't care. How can I care anymore? I spent enough time worrying about what other people think about me, and so apparently it created a few enemies. So I don't remember calling anybody beef curtains, but hey, I could have. I might have blacked out or something done. How would you know? If you got drunk and said something that you don't remember, unless somebody had it recorded and they told you about it or something. I don't know. But if you don't remember it, I don't think I'm the kind of guy that would call anybody beef curtains. And besides, the Proverbs 31, she shall strengthen her arms. What does it come? Proverbs 31. Now, this ain't beef. I don't know what they mean by beef curtains, but beef, I'm thinking strong, right? And I'm thinking, she will strengthen her arms. Where does it? I'm running out of time here. See, I used to think, skinny little, Kara Anderson. Hey, I need, I had to look at Kara Anderson for like 10 years straight, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, hello. And I'm thinking, but then I'm reading this, and I'm thinking, I'm thinking, what are beef curtains? And I'm thinking, well, this don't here sound like. If she strengthened, old Kara Anderson, she like a little twig, like a little stick, and so I'm thinking, yeah, She girdeth her loins with strength. Okay, so she's a strong woman too. And strengthen her arms. Strengthen her arms. Okay, so she can do a little bit of this, so she can. I mean, not all. So apparently, the Bible's telling us not all women look like Kara Anderson. You know what I mean? So is that what they mean about? Hey, what's up? Look, I'll see you later, man. I don't know. Yeah. See. Now I'm the kind of guy. Now anybody I mention, yeah, because I don't like. You know what I mean? Not that they ever wanted to talk to me, anyway. But I just wanted people to know, hey, I wasn't sitting in the corner eating my boogers all the time. Yeah. Or how about Tammy Dietrich? Whatever happened to old Tammy Dietrich? She sat right in front of me most of the time. That do. But old Carabelle, she was right there, huh? 6 feet. Talk about that 6 feet. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go have something to eat, go read my Bible. I'm not gonna go to the bar. I'm not gonna drink. I don't do. I mean, I'm just an old guy that reads his Bible. I don't want to hear any. Take old Sasquatch and the polar bear and this here, and go bother somebody else. Okay, that's all I can think of. I'm gonna go write a little paper. I don't want to. I am sick of it. Because the bottom line is, it ain't about how many papers. It's not about degrees. If you look at old Randall's class, the guy Suit, the Indian guy, that ain't nothing about any paper he ever wrote. In fact, he probably never wrote any papers. It was all about being at the right place at the right time. Made a few phone calls, and finally got a guy that said, "Hey, all right, whatever. I can't get this other guy to get this. You want to get this for me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then finally he got old enough, and there was nobody else to get it, so he was getting it, and he got it, and so he's a millionaire. He didn't write any papers. All right, he took encyclopedias and got them in the hands of old rich half the kingdoms and said, "Oh, this feels nice." Okay, yeah, he went out and did a little bit. We call that networking, but he didn't write no papers. I'm sick of writing papers. I am. Anyways, I'm all right with who I am. If this is the last video, hey, I love you, Jesus Christ, as I believe truly. No matter what you think of me, how retarded, stupid, old, ugly, dumb, slow. The bottom line is Jesus Christ is Bible. That if the nukes go off, the atomic clock is like a half a minute towards midnight. Nuclear proliferation. Everybody's starving to death. Everybody's fighting. We're having civil war practically. Nobody wants Kemper in any camp. Nobody wants me anywhere. I'm no good enough nowhere. Can't get. This is what you got. If you ever get in my situation, don't a beer hanging out with some guys on eating cheesehead watching football, that ain't gonna help. Nah. This might, maybe, if anything, will help. This right here, this Bible, and your faith in Jesus Christ. As far as I can tell, and I'm not a PhD or a player. I don't got no player hating degree. But listen, I mean, this seriously. This will fix all mental illness. This will anything. The Bible used to call that demons or demonic activity. And there used to be a few people like, oh, like I said, pray the gay out of you, but them people there, they're like, hey, that guy here, I mean, we don't like him anyway. We don't want that. Just because they pray the gay out of you, don't mean they're going to share the salad with you. Okay, so you're on your own, maybe, and if you are, don't. And you see this, mate, don't give your soul to the devil just because you feel bad, or keep your head up and remember that it ain't about this life. Because just what makes that guy in old Randall's class more important? He's an immigrant of Indians that are from India who decided he wanted to have money one day, so he just figured out how to sell some chemicals. He didn't write no papers. Okay, he wrote a couple. That's it. But he got on the phone, he figured out how to get the money. And now it's going to be a wheelbarrow full of $50 bills. I don't care how much. Just for a loaf of bread, that says, hey, that's what they say. And then they talking this here, they putting this in everybody. Hey, and now they're going to try to say, oh, Kemper, boy, he is out there. And then they're going to give you $500 to move wire around. And they got the biggest porn industry. They've been You want to talk about beef curtains? They've been making girls beef curtains and everybody thinks it's okay. It's hey, everybody, you can do it right in the privacy of your home. You and the devil can sit on that smartphone. There ain't nobody gonna bother you except whoever's looking through that camera. Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah, no problem. Alcohol. Yeah, everybody do that, but hey, the Bible said don't. 1,000 million times. It's normal. Sit around, get drunk, eat cheese, and network because you don't want to write papers. You want to sell chemicals, get rich, so you can do more of that. Relax, watch the porn. Not him, but you want to fly around, drinking $1,000 champagne bottles, and then they want me to be quiet, and you trying to do all this, hey? Huh? What says? And then you're gonna send in. You got my attention. Yeah. Jesus Christ, it's the only. Other than that, what's going to save us? They've been trying to fix things, government and people. And I told you it was getting cold. Old grumpy man, he finally came down and said, hey, I'm cold too. So what you gonna do? Yeah. Well, I suppose it's probably best to keep them off your radar, but so I guess, but social media, and I guess you could fake it for a while. But then, if you fake it, then you're getting into, well, if you get up there in the old pearly gates and God said, well, what'd you do? You say, well, I was real careful. I was politically correct and I didn't say anything. And I was worried because I wanted to keep my job because, they was going to, if I say if they ask me, somebody find out, then they blackball me. They start shadow banning. They start silencing the mics. And you say, well, I think this sounds like you're trying to save your life there to gain it. And you're thinking, well, and then you've been through what I've been through, and you're like, And then they try to start saying, well, Jesus Christ. That's the only hope I see. Especially for an old timer, old schooler like me, eh? Big homie? Yeah. Remember, I wasn't big pimping like old daddy, big old player. Nah, just a little nerdy kid from Minnesota. mostly stuck to myself, and now here I'm at. No brother, sister, couple family. Yeah, old man. No half the kingdom. We'll leave it up to God. But we're gonna keep, because you know what? Even if it only changed one, if even one person ever, if anybody, come across it and they took anything away from it, they heard Jesus, they heard Bible verses. Maybe they, who knows if it changes just one. Maybe God used me. All that yapping, yappity. Maybe God is gonna, maybe somebody that never would have ever thought, and yet you wouldn't think so, because again, I'm just some stupid nerdy guy, right? But you never know. It might turn somebody go to about, hey, and hey, if that's all that my life was for, and that's what God, because all this other here don't make sense down here, because it ain't fair. It's not what you know. Yeah. And I ain't doing none of that other stuff. So look, I'll tell you what. I've said it before. If they come with this here, if they come with that there, I don't care who it is. If they say, hey, you ain't gonna eat, boy, I'm saying, hey, can I keep my Bible? I go sit in the street. Hey, you ain't gonna pay no bills. Hey, you need this now. I'm saying, well, is there anywhere other than like a FEMA camp or anything? I mean, concentration camp. Is there any? Am I allowed to walk around and then maybe, maybe somebody will throw me a bottle of water and a loaf of bread here and there? Because you ain't getting this in me here. No, ain't happening. You say, well, that's way, well, hopefully. I don't, why would you want to deal with it if you didn't have to? I never thought we'd be there. I never thought I was going to hear they're having chip parties. Chip parties? Is that like, what kind of salsa? Pace picani or get a rope? And they talking, get a rope, get a rope? Heck, and I'm saying, well, okay, hey, I'll be, just let me read my Bible. You don't have, you don't have to give me any beer or nothing. I don't like that stuff. Hey, I'm pretty much, I'm not into the pork and the shellfish and the mushrooms will give me, I'm allergic. Swear. Peaches. Sick. I will vomit. Disgusting. I don't even like the smell of pork anymore. But, lots of fish with skins and fails. I said, but can I get something to eat and like some water and read my Bible? I couldn't get half the kingdom, but I can still read my Bible and hey, give me some. Jesus went 40 days and 40 nights without, you get some water and they throw you a bag of flour every so, you'll be all right. I'll see you later. Hopefully, maybe not. Put your faith in Jesus Christ. That's all we got at the end of the day. Later.